My blissful gorgeous self, now we are introducing you to Paramahansa Gita. Uddhavji asked Krishna, is your final message, my Lord, I want you to let me know. People are intelligent, even wise. They know the cause of their problems and sufferings. They do not want to suffer. They do not want to have problems. Still, why do they involve in those actions that lead to their lifelong miseries? Bhagavan Krishna replied, Dear Uddhav, the I-ness of human beings is accidentally hypnotized with body and mind. That's the only misdeed the humanity has committed, for which he is destined to suffer hopelessly, not only all life, but also life after life. Ahamityanyatha buddhi pramatasya yatharidi. What a surprise whether one follows the path of Buddhism, Jainism, Shaivism, Vaishnavism, Saurism, Mithraism, Ganapatyaism, dualist or non-dualist identification with the body and mind is prohibited. It is condemned and dismissed through logical evidences. Still, all people are sunk in the same mire of mud. At the same time, the cults in future 5,000 years later, the cults, the firqas, the panthas, the kabilas, which intensifies this obsession, this illusion, this fascination, is Islam and Christianity, assuming the form of religions, are appreciated and liked, and majority of people in the West will be following these illusion, hypnosis intensifying mental projection or programming of mind, which leads to suffering not only one life but life after life. So people are sunk in the same mire of mud. Whenever the light of discretion is aflame, the solution comes. Solution comes, and the brightness of your intelligence flare up. Krishna says, I had taught my disciples, the Sanak, Sanandan, Sanatan and Sanak Kumar, that Sarvato Mana Akrishya Mayadha Veshyatha. And they instantly got it. Uddhavji said, My Lord, I am excited to know the details of your wonderful speech in that incarnation when these four Adikumaras were your disciples. And Bhagavan Krishna replied, once the four brothers approached their father Brahmaji and asked, Honorable Father, the mind clings to the sense objects by habitual old patterns, and the latent and the talents get imprinted on the mind. Okay? The latency get imprinted on the mind. People tell us how to separate them. Oh, not people. Please tell us how to separate them and keep them off from mixing up. Guneshva vishate cheto gunavischetas cha prabho kathamanyonya santyago muksho atipirsho. It It is well known that Brahmaji is very busy fixing souls with appropriate setup, body, mind, continuing non-stop transmigrating process for billions of years. He is karmadhihi, a workaholic, a workist. So, how can a workaholic mind penetrate the depths of a philosophical question? Brahmaji felt ashamed for his inability. He surrendered to the Lord Almighty mentally. He means he surrendered to me, Sri Krishna said to Uddhavji. Brahmaji surrendered to me in his mind. Sri Krishna said, at once I appeared in an illustrious Paramahansa form, illuminating all around the globe. Immediately all stood up and offered their obeisances. Then inquired, Holy Sire, O Bhavan, who are you? I smiled at them and said, dear sir, all the bodies are the same, means composed of flesh, blood, bones and marrows. And eventually everybody's consciousness is also the same, that is Satchidanandam. And unified field of consciousness alone exists. The rest is illusion. Tell me, if this is the case, how can you question, how can your question be relevant? Is not it completely absurd? Wow! We are impressed. Please kindly evaporate away. Evaporate away our ignorance through your gigantic light of disillusionment. Whatever you think, speak and see and feel through all your sense organs, that's all me. The Paramahansa said, that's me. There is nothing else except me. This is me who I am. This is my introduction, okay? The Lord paused for a moment, then he smiled again and continued, my dear friends, let me explain his statements. Bernard Shaw said, half the world is full. People objected. They protested and wrote angry letters. He corrected his statement. Half the world is wise and people were happy, but the content is the same. Half of the world is still a fool. During Freedom Revolution in India, Gandhi said, don't wear imported clothes, burn them all, ban them all. He was arrested. Another leaders, Madan Mohan Malviya gave lectures. He was founder of Varanasi and Banaras Hindu University, okay? Madan Mohan Malviya. So he gave lectures and convinced people, wear only India-made clothes, express your pride wearing clothes made in India only. And he travelled and lectured freely, never got arrested, never even blamed, never even stopped. But both said the same thing. Gandhi and Malviya both said the same thing. First, Lord spoke in George Bernard's tone, now he speaks in Malviya's tone. And he says, Manasa vachasa drishtya grihyate nyairapindriyai ahameva namattunyat iti buddhyadva manjasa. Actually, it is me manifest in my different and diverse forms. Jato bhavati vishwato mukha. This is all me, myself. I am blooming in the form of flowers. I am greening in the form of meadows. I am cooing in the form of cuckoos. I am dancing in the form of peacocks. I am giving milk as cows, screeching as elephant, and roaring in the form of lions. I am solid. High up is Mount Everest. I am flowing in the forms of Ganga and Yamuna and Sindhu and Brahmaputra. I am cooling you in the form of breeze, thundering as clouds, giving you freedom in the form of sky. Sarvam khalvidam brahma. Sarvam khalvidam brahma. Sarvam khalvidam brahma. Nehanarati kinchana. I declared this statement in Chandogya Upanishad. It is me who came to you in the form of problems and sufferings. Whenever you are compulsory, you have a compulsory need to get operated and get your perspective engineered up. Brahmai Vedam Vishwamidam Varishtham. This is what I declared in Mundak Upanishad. It is me who came to you as death. When you still have too many desires, but your body is deteriorated, or for other reasons, you require another body and another set of surroundings to go through your unfulfilled desires. Atma Vedam Sarvam, Sadhiram Sarvam, Chiddhidam Sarvam, announced in the Upanishads. This is me who announced in the Upanishads. Objects and mind both are body of soul. Soul is the projected image on myself. Therefore, soul should separate itself from the body and dissolve itself into the vastness of me. Then gross and subtle, both bodies will become the non-self and away, far away. They will appear as alien and outsider, then mind and sensual objects, which always lure and tempt and manufacture desires and make you rush all the time, will be dropped off, just be vanished away, evaporated away. So don't touch anyone. Don't touch anyone. Both are two sides of the same scale, okay? Okay, that is it. Just discover your separateness from them, abiding in me, who is your true self. Then you will be expanded in allness of me and of yourself, and no need will be left to control them or do austerity or to annihilate them, okay? Gudeshu chavisachittam abhikshnam gunasevaya Gunashcha chitta prabhava madrupo vayam tyaje. Enjoying means sending messages of appreciation about wealth and woman and delicatessen. Our brain has believed there is juice to it. If your brain has believed there is juice to them, a pattern has been made, and pattern will be made as soon as you think like this. Therefore, acknowledging me as your own true self, just abide on and on in me, then drop all these false propagandas, harmful hypnosis, wretched obsessions, drop them off. Mind and sensational objects both are projected upon me through your deluded drug self. Every good news is a new wave in the mirage. Their coming and not coming are all the same. Every success, great accomplishments, being a US president, being a trillion-dollar tycoon, being famous worldwide, wading with a Miss Universe are all different waves in the river, falsely appearing in the desert through sun rays called mirage. How many waves you wish to grab and store and accumulate in your treasury, in your home, in your lockers? Is there any common sense left in your life? Have you found only this much to be the purpose of your life? Oh, what a shame! Paramahansa incarnation of Sri Krishna said, further, when the mode of goodness prevails, there comes luminous awake in peacefulness. When mode of passion comes, there begins a stream of desiring and anguish to work. Anguish to work and turn workaholic. When the mode of inertia starts, boredom, bound, dullness to foolishness and sleepy-headedness surround and start choking the throat of your great intelligence. These are the three residences of your being. How do you know that? Tasam vilakshano jiva sakshitve navinishta. Nobody ever gets lost being a waker, dreamer or sleeper. Everyone comes out of sleep and says, I dreamt wonders. I slept soundly. That means there is someone within you who was still aware and alert and conscious even when you were lost in dreams and drugged in sleep for a while, or have taken drug and fallen down unconscious in the filthy places. The dweller of your deep down realm witnessed that all these three phases of life as you watch a movie on the screen. Mind, intellect, heart and ego are the mechanism through which waking, dreaming and sleeping are observed. There is no any sense organ to see and witness, no eyes, no nose, no ears. Their mechanisms are left outside for recharging their batteries. So, the inner self saw a witness all. The inner self saw and witnessed all by himself. Okay, now beware. Once it is clear that your true self is free and beyond the trouble-filled waking, dreaming and sleeping states, then who dashes it down into the mire of troubles? In Paramahansa incarnation, Bhagavan Krishna is telling, Yari sandriti bandhoyam atmano gunavrittida maiturye chito jaya tyagas tad guna chetasam